Everyone. It's day 4, I'm pretty sure. Yes, day 4 for my walk to life within the 7-year journey to nothingness. This time around I'm going to attach a video for support by Bernard Poolman so you can check out more of what this process is about, understand more of what it entails and what is being walked within the people that are walking this. Alright, day 4 is on me as a manipulator and the haste that this creates. So within this point, what brought this up was specifically during a chat with Sunette. I was typing and I forget what we were speaking about, but within myself I was going really quick to get all these points out that I wanted to discuss, and within the quickness of the typing and trying to get my desire met of getting what I wanted to say out, I make all sorts of mistakes typing, and within myself, when I was reading it back, I'd go into embarrassment because I saw the mistakes, and it's just like, it was a lot of mistakes. And so within this, I saw the point of me, pushing myself and going quickly and typing quickly so I could get this point of desire that I wanted to, discuss this point out. So I was rushing myself and rushing the words, rushing the conversation to ask a specific question. And within this, I see how this has developed within my life of kind of mastering manipulation and manipulating the conversations and manipulating people to form in a way where I will get my needs met. This kind of chat is just a small example of the bigger system here of how I've developed myself and created myself with others. And within this, it's based on desires in self-interest and my ego personality of wanting my needs met, wanting my desires fulfilled. And so thus I will push living here. I will push it within the speed of my mind of rushing through something to get it over with, get it done, move on to the next point so I can get what I want out. And within this point, also a point that I was writing out with the self-forgiveness was a fear of loss, because this desire to, rush and get the point out is kind of, there's a polarity there with the fear of loss, fearing that I'm not going to be able to get the point out, fearing that I'm not going to be able to ask a question. And so I will kind of manipulate the words and manipulate the direction of the conversation to get my needs met. And not to say that I'm doing it in a way that's kind of abusive, but doing it in a way that I'm in my own self-interest. And in the greater scope of this, I've seen how I have abused people in the past through outright lying to them and making things up, making stories up to kind of get my side of the story washed over and okay in that person's eye, so maybe I could get out of trouble, or I could go do, like say with my parents, I could go and on a trip or something, if they asked me to get a certain amount of housework done or my homework done or something, I would fib and say, yeah, I did everything, I couldn't show you it because I already had to send it in to my teachers, and it's done though. And then like making up a story pretty much to get those guys off my back and be able to do what I want. So manipulating situations where I'm in the right, I'm okay, and not considering how I'm actually living through lying, through impatience, through rushing, and then this stemming pretty much from desires to get what I want. And then also existing within the fear of loss, of losing the opportunity, the point, the desire that I want to fulfill. So that's pretty much what I did the self-forgiveness on, is the fear of loss, the manipulation of others, also the rushing, like projecting myself into the future, and so kind of rushing through what I'm doing to be able to go and do that point in the future that I want to experience, or the desire that I want to fulfill. And so kind of limiting myself within living here as breath, based on this point of rushing and trying to get it done and over with and moving on. And how that's kind of compromising my process here, compromising, my living in self-perfection, because, within this process specifically, what is required is to be patient with yourself and to, slow yourself down within your process, within your living, within your mind activity, and investigate what you're doing, what you're thinking, what your emotions are, how you're physically acting within the reactions within what you're thinking, and others in your world. So it makes for you to slow down and be patient with yourself, to see all this and through time get it all on paper and write it out and stuff. So process pretty much requires patience. So stopping this point of impatience and desiring to get moving quickly, like just rushing through things, as that's just limiting myself and compromising my own opportunity to be self-perfected in my living by investigating myself through patience, through diligency, through awareness and focus. Obviously, when you're rushing, you can't be focused because you're moving quickly and your mind is moving quickly, and you're kind of, well, I'm in that point of future projection. So being here, being in breath, is missed within impatience and haste. So that was a point that I walked through as well. And realizations within writing this is that point of slowing myself down also was practiced within the Desteni I process, and within the process that we're walking is focusing on breathing, living yourself as breath, the speed of breath, which is slow. And so it's slowing yourself down to a point where you can see who you are in your living, and be able to dissect yourself, investigate yourself, catch points. And as you walk this, you gain stability within it. It's like practicing. After a while, you get used to it and you start to slow down. And actually, I just was listening to a interview today on Equaf, Anu's interview, and he said that interdimensionally, when those who are walking process in their processes, once they start to slow down, the system, mind consciousness system, slows down as well, and it makes actual noise, like a sound that it sounds like it's like shutting down, he said. And so it's actually a physical interdimensional effect we have when we slow ourselves down and align ourselves to the physical, which is breath, which is here. Because when you're in breath, when you're in that slow, patient alignment with your breathing, you become aware of everything. You become more aware of your situation, your surroundings, the people in your world, especially yourself. You become aware of how you tick, what your thoughts are, and that's the whole point of process, is to slow yourself down as breath and investigate yourself and write yourself out, and find the points to write out through the slowing down. So these are tools just to help you walk process and align yourself to the physical and change yourself as well. What else? Anything else? Oh, also a point I saw was this point of impatience and back chat. Well, impatience also created a point of back chat where I saw that I was becoming, it was like a back door. The impatience allows you to kind of within yourself go a little bit chaotic, and obviously you miss stuff like I've just been speaking about. And in that you can use a back door to, say, kind of let yourself go a little bit and not walk your process. I mean, you're only diminishing yourself, really, and obviously it's a process to stop this point of impatience. It's not just going to happen overnight. I mean, I'm still working with this, but it's something to take note of, that it can be used as a backdoor to, kind of not have to walk your process fully. So Henry's down here now, so some cool points came up with this point of manipulation, stopping obviously all desires and fears of wanting something more than what is here with others, and being open and honest and transparent in my communication with others and who I am with others, allowing that kind of respect built within being with another, and kind of giving ourselves the respect, me and the other the respect, to be honest, to be open, and to not use points of ego to kind of gain some kind of desire or fulfillment you want. And also by using manipulation to get it, stopping all that, because that's just abusive. It's not being self-honest with yourself, and it's not being self-honest with another. So within that, a lot of corruption and things can be created within yourself if you allow yourself to exist within that state of manipulating others and allowing desires to get the best of you. So as we walk process, we stop our desires, we stop fears, we stop manipulating others and abusing others, and become self-honest with ourselves, self-honest with all in our world. And if you're self-honest with yourself, you're self-honest with your world. So it's a process, and I definitely suggest checking out the video I'm going to post here to start your journey to life within the Desteni tools of self-forgiveness, self-honesty, self-corrective statements. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.